This is today's love horoscope prediction for Virgo. Those born between August 23 and September 22 are of this zodiac sign. To meet the needs of all those born under Virgo, I have divided the predictions for women, men, singles, and those who are in a relationship. Those people who belong to the sign of Virgo will be influenced by the entry of the planet Neptune into their sign. This influence is going to be noticed mainly in the fact that they are going to feel more tired or lack energy. That is why I am going to recommend that you surround yourself with people full of vitality who transmit their strength to you. If you can, it would also be very good for you to enjoy the outdoors, nature, and fill yourself with the energy transmitted by the sun. This is just something temporary. In a few days you will have the vitality of always. Love is a bit low these days for Virgos, but don't worry that in the next moon this trend will change for the better. At work or in the field of business, I tell you that these are not easy times. It is not necessary to read the horoscope to know it, since it is obvious. So keep fighting, as this is something that will pass, and better times will come. Love horoscope for single women. The Virgo woman should give in today and not be so stubborn, because she is committed to something very difficult to achieve. Impossible, of course, there is nothing, but I warn you that work is going to cost you if you continue with your purposes. I would like to be able to tell you something that would be more favorable for you, but I only write what I see in the position of the stars. She is going to depend on you and the effort that you make, what in the end you are capable of achieving. Women of this sign are quite imaginative, so starting your imagination can be the key. Perhaps there are those who do not know how to value you as you deserve. The farther the better. Don't worry, if it's not that one, another one will come. What is left in this world are men that you do not forget. Although now it may seem to you that the world is ending and that you do not see beyond that relationship, that is totally wrong, and inside the Virgo woman knows it. Today's free prediction for the Virgo man. The Virgo man, thanks to his talent, will be able to get out of a situation that will be somewhat embarrassing. Due to his prudence, it will be difficult for him to tell a person face to face what he really thinks of her, but finally you will be able to make her understand what is happening to you. You resort too much to the help of your family or friends to solve your problems. This time you will have to be the ones to face them. Today's Virgo horoscope in love for singles. When others can see what you want to show, and if you want them to have the image that you would like them to have, you must change the way you act. Your physique has nothing to do with this, because believe me, your personality can mask the shortcomings that you might have according to beauty standards. Also, Virgo, if you are more or less pretty or handsome, who cares? You should not care in the least, because what counts in the end is how you are. All this when it comes to love, and if it is true that if it is sporadic relationships, what you are looking for, the physical does matter, but not as much as you think. Today the horoscope tells us that good friends who flirt for one day or false loves for interest are better. The prediction pays special attention to being careful, because the interest of third parties can influence your personal development. If you have a partner, today you must be firm, but gentle, and make your partner that claim that you have been keeping. You keep things to yourself by the authority you confer. Or that's what you tell yourself, but the truth is that you don't act, because you prefer to avoid conflict. It is in your nature, but it is time to act. If you don't have a partner, you are staying silent before the things that person who attracts you tells you. You are giving it a predominance over you. And that is a bad precedent in terms of love, because you give it a place that it is not earned. Express what you feel and think without fear, because these power struggles should not fit in love. There are controversies within your team, and it is better to get rid of them once and for all. It is discussed who has more authority, who should be the representative, and who the leader. All this is evidence that the organizational chart within your organization is not well defined. It is time for you to design that necessary order. You receive a certain advice to maintain your health, but you do not like the way this person handles it. At the end of the day, who rules over your body rules over your mind. You do not usually quarrel with authority, but in this case it is inevitable that it will happen, as there is some abuse of authority. Switch to that professional. Today you must be firm, but gentle, and make your partner that claim that you have been keeping. You keep things to yourself by the authority you confer. Or so you tell yourself, but the truth is that you do not act, because you prefer to avoid conflict. It is in your nature, but it is time to act. There are controversies within your team, and it is better to get rid of them once and for all. It is discussed who has more authority, who should be the representative, and who the leader. All this is evidence that the organizational chart within your organization is not well defined. It is time for you to design that necessary order. You receive a certain advice to maintain your health, but you do not like the way this person handles it. At the end of the day, who rules over your body rules over your mind. You do not usually quarrel with authority, but in this case it is inevitable that it will happen, as there is some abuse of authority. Switch to that professional. We say that we are ashamed to say that we have economic difficulties. It is something very strange. Of course, being short of money is not something to be ashamed of. And even if you're now worried about how you're going to manage, you shouldn't be embarrassed about it, or even overly worried. Venus, the planet of luxury, is preparing to enter your sign. You can expect your financial prospects to improve. Not only that, but it also gives you a boost of self-confidence that will allow you to take advantage of the creative opportunities that come your way. The wait was worth it. Tip of the day: discipline is necessary, but you must avoid being confused with passivity. Lucky numbers for today: 6, 22, 26, 37, 38, 46. Free Virgo Daily Horoscope Tips. All the signs of the horoscope are divided into 3 decans according to the date of birth, and this is the specific Virgo horoscope prediction and advice for each of them. First decan, September 23rd and 31st. There is no existence without effort, and what is achieved without it is very ephemeral. Be aware that you must do your part. Second decan, September 1st to 11th. Stop wanting to know what others think of you and focus on your own happiness. Third decan, September 12th and 22nd. Sometimes small pleasures and closer goals open the door to more difficult goals. Enjoy life.